excuse me, I'm very proud of them. And, if they can play like that every day, we win a lot of ball games. We're in a position to win. If that ball's to the right or left, we came back. And the mark of a champion is when you figure out a way, to win and come back. And, even though we lost that game is going to go a long ways, with us in our quest for the championship. And, those guys over there are fighting for their lives too. And so it's a big game tomorrow. It's a rubber match game. Win tomorrow, and, we're back to 10 up. And so it's a two-game game, actually, tomorrow. And, we got a Warrior on the mound and Tanner Roark. And, boy, that was a good game to watch. Syndergaard was the best, that I've seen him against us this year. He was dealing. And, A.J. Cole kept us in the game. Our bullpen, made some quality pitches. Just the ball got out over the plate. This is the September rookies that I talk about all the time. And, they hurt you, and then you figure out, how we're going to pitch them. And, the guy was a thorn in our side all night. He's a good hitter. He had some good stats in the minor leagues. And, I think how many driving? 3 tonight? Yeah, so, commend that young man. But, still hurts to lose a game like that when we had an opportunity to win.
When you pinch run Defoe there, are you trying to stay out of the double play? And did he just try it a little too hard?
Well, yeah, you're trying to stay out of double play. You're trying to draw the throw if they're, hit to the outfield and they're throwing home. And, if I don't pinch hit Defoe, then you hear about it too, or somebody else. But I didn't want to use up all my men because that game could have gone a whole bunch of innings, and I had hit for Danny. And so, therefore, I didn't have to use 2, actually 3 players, for 1. And, he was just, trying a little bit too hard. He'll learn from it. His run didn't mean anything. And so, that's what happens sometimes, especially when you're excited and you're a kid. But, sometimes young players will make mistakes, and hopefully they'll learn from it.
In that moment, was there any confusion on whether he caught it on the fly?
Yeah, that's a distinct possibility, because like you couldn't really tell from where we were. Well, I could tell, but there wasn't much space between the ground and his glove, and you don't know if he had trapped it. So that's a tough read. That's a real tough read, especially for a young player that's trying to make his mark. And so, like I said, we're not going to blame him. We had some opportunities, runner on second base, nobody out. And, we didn't advance him. Those kind of things kind of come back to haunt you sometimes.
Speaking of opportunities, you had Murphy up at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
Given how productive he's been against the Mets this year,
Right.
Were you almost surprised that he doesn't come through in that situation?
Well, Murph, wanted to come through in that situation, and that's the kind of player Murph is. He didn't want to, pass the buck to, to Bryce necessarily. So, Jesse Blevins has been around a long time, and they know Murph as well as Murph knows them. And situation where, they got Murph tonight, but Murph's gotten them many, 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 many times. So, it's going to be a great game tomorrow.
Have you ever seen a situation or a time where a player has punished his former team so much, where he's has so much success against them?
Yeah, I've seen it in the past. I don't really remember it, that well. A lot of things are kind of a blur now, but, Murph's done his thing, he's carried, the weight on this team for a long, long, long time. And, he feels badly because he wanted to come through again. And but you can't come through all the time. And, even though you want to, and he's come through more times than not. And so, you got to give Blevins some credit for, throwing a pitch that appeared to be in the zone, knowing that Murph was going to try to attack it versus taking a walk.
You talked about Wilson Ramos before the game. How nice was it to see the double and then obviously the game tie?
Oh yeah, that was wonderful. He's seeing the ball a lot better than he was, indicative of the walks that he's taking now. He's not chasing, so perhaps Wilson's on his way again.
When it comes to managers, you're about as chill as they come. So when you come out of the dugout to talk about like, with Kelly Johnson at bat there, kind of conspicuous. Is that something where does it have an effect on your team because maybe they see you get a little riled up? And that's not
I don't know. That's not my effect. That's not my purpose. My purpose was I thought he missed the ball, like I said. I thought he missed it, and the umpire thought he tipped it. And, I wouldn't have come out of the dugout if he didn't come over to the dugout, to approach me. And so, men are men. When you feel challenged, you especially when you're a warrior, then you rise to the challenge. You don't wait till the challenge comes see you. You go see it. And so that's something that, I respect him. I respected his father. His father umpired me. And he told me, he said, well, I respect you, but, are you going to challenge it? And boom, boom. And that was a non-challengeable thing. He just said it hit the ground. So it's over with. Okay.